Have you ever held a tiny coin in your hand, not knowing it could be worth more than your entire savings account? $100. What if I told you that right now, sitting somewhere in a jar, a drawer, or your coin collection there could be a small piece of United States history hiding a secret that could change your life forever? Because today, on Rare Coin News USA, we're unlocking a mystery that's been thrilling collectors across America, the top 5 ultra-rare state quarter-dollar coins that have skyrocketed in value in today's market. Each of these coins looks ordinary at first glance, but one small mint mark, one printing error, or one tiny imperfection can turn an everyday quarter into a mind-blowing treasure. So stay with me until the end, because the last coin we reveal could be sitting right in your pocket right now. This isn't fiction. This is real. And if you love stories of hidden riches, rare finds, and unbelievable true value, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to Rare Coin News USA, and turn on notifications, because we bring fresh updates every single day about rare coins that are changing lives across the country. Now let's dive into coin number 1, a coin so mysterious, so quietly powerful, that it's been called a hidden treasure of the millennium. Coin number 1, the 2000 South Carolina State Quarter P Mint Mark. The year was 2000, a turning point in American history. A new millennium, a new beginning. The United States Mint was releasing one of its most popular and patriotic coin programs ever, the State Quarters series. Each design told a story of pride, heritage, and identity. But among them, one particular coin would rise above the rest. The South Carolina State Quarter, marked proudly with a P mint mark, minted in Philadelphia. This quarter wasn't just a piece of change, it was a symbol. On its reverse, it proudly displays the outline of the Palmetto State, with a majestic palmetto tree, a Carolina wren, and the yellow jessamine, South Carolina's state flower, all surrounded by the state's motto, the Palmetto State. But somewhere in that design, something happened. Something unintended. A small, nearly invisible detail that collectors today call the gray dot phenomenon. These faint gray dots, almost like metallic freckles, appeared mysteriously on some of the Philadelphia minted quarters. While many passed unnoticed through the hands of millions, a few sharp-eyed collectors began to whisper, "These aren't normal circulation marks. These are something else." The dots, experts say, were the result of a subtle dye flaw, possibly caused by contamination during minting or an early polishing issue. What makes them rare is not the dots themselves, but how few coins ever left the mint, showing this pattern so clearly. That tiny imperfection transformed an otherwise common coin into a true collector's enigma. Now imagine you're flipping through a handful of old quarters, and there it is, a 2000 South Carolina quarter, shining just a little differently, a faint mist of gray speckles across its surface. You might think it is worn, but it could actually be one of the rarest modern treasures ever minted by the U.S. Mint. As time passed, collectors began to notice that these gray-dotted South Carolina quarters weren't surfacing anymore. Most had been spent, lost, or melted down. Only a few, in fine or near-mint condition, remain in private hands. The coin community started buzzing. Coin forums, auctions, and even professional grading services took note. Each appearance of this coin sparked a bidding war, because this isn't just any state quarter. This is the kind of find that redefines what change means in America. Its value has soared beyond imagination, and it's not slowing down. And now, here's where it gets heart-stopping. A genuine 2000 South Carolina State Quarter with P mint mark showing the gray dot condition in fine preservation has been recorded in recent private sales for around $85,000. Yes, you heard that right, $85,000? That's not a misprint. That's the real market. Collectors today are paying treasure-level money for this mysterious grey-dotted quarter. The demand is skyrocketing. The price is rising day by day. And experts say this is only the beginning. If you are holding one, you are not holding a coin. You're holding a hidden fortune, a piece of American minting history that could grow in value faster than you can imagine. This isn't hype. This is fact. The kind of fact that turns everyday people into overnight legends in the coin world. If you ever come across a 2000 South Carolina quarter with a P mint mark, pay attention. Look closely under a magnifying glass. Examine the surface under good lighting. Those faint grey dots aren't just marks. They're your golden signal. Keep it safe. Don't clean it. Don't polish it. Preserve it as is. Because professional grading and authentication can take that coin from interesting find to life-changing asset. And remember, the market for rare US quarters is expanding faster than ever. What's rare today could be a record breaker tomorrow. So the next time you open your wallet, empty your coin jar, or find a dusty roll of quarters in an old drawer, do not rush to spend them. Because right there, hiding in plain sight, could be your own American treasure. A coin that holds history, mystery, and unimaginable value. And that's just the first coin in our countdown. Stay tuned, because what comes next might shock you even more. This is Rare Coin News USA, your daily home for the newest, freshest, and most unbelievable stories in the world of rare coins. So don't blink, don't skip, and definitely don't miss what's coming next. The next coin on this list might just make you question every quarter you've ever touched. Coin number 2, the 2008 Oklahoma State quarter, the soaring secret of the Sooner State. If you thought the last coin was unbelievable, then hold your breath, because this next one, the 2008 Oklahoma State quarter, is one of those mysterious masterpieces that keeps even veteran collectors awake at night. At first glance, it looks like a simple tribute to the Sooner State, beautiful, proud, and rich in history. But beneath that silver shine lies a mystery that has taken the coin world by storm. Let's step back in time to 1907, the year Oklahoma officially joined the Union. A land of open skies, roaring winds, and frontier spirit. Fast forward to 2008, when the U.S. mint en route that historic year by releasing the Oklahoma State Quarter, the 46th design in the legendary 50-state quarters program. Minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, this coin was instantly adored by collectors for its artistry. The reverse design features the state bird, the scissor-tailed flycatcher, soaring gracefully over the state's wild Indian blanket flowers, representing the endless beauty of the Oklahoma prairie. It's a design that captures motion, life, and freedom. But here's where the story takes a wild turn. Among the millions of these quarters that entered circulation, only a tiny fraction were minted with a perfect storm of details that created something extraordinary. Experts believe that during a limited early run of the Oklahoma quarters, a slight variation in die pressure and metal composition caused certain coins to develop an unusually deep, frosted texture with brilliant, mirror-like contrasts, unlike anything seen in the regular mintage. When you hold one of these special 2008 Oklahoma quarters in your hand, you'll notice it almost glows. The bird's feathers shimmer with depth, and the flowers appear to rise out of the coin like a sculpted relief. These aren't your everyday quarters. These are coins that defy normal minting behavior, a delicate, once-in-a-generation accident that turned an ordinary quarter into a collector's obsession. Only a few of these pieces remain, in what experts classify as very fine condition. Crisp details, strong luster, minimal wear, and that strange, radiant texture that seems to make the flycatcher take flight before your eyes. When word spread about this mysterious version of the 2008 Oklahoma quarter, the market exploded. Collectors and investors from across the country started hunting through rolls of quarters, hoping to find one. Coin shops, estate sales, and even family piggy banks were suddenly the battleground for the Oklahoma hunt. And as the years passed, the number of surviving examples dwindled dramatically. Many were spent unknowingly in vending machines or vanished into circulation forever. But those that survived, those few lucky survivors, became treasures of modern American minting history. Their rarity isn't just about low numbers, it's about their timeless beauty, historical connection, and the almost spiritual way they seem to capture the heart of Oklahoma itself. Now, here's the part that makes coin collectors' hearts skip a beat. In today's market, a 2008 Oklahoma State quarter showing this rare variation in very fine condition has reached jaw-dropping valuations, with recent private deals and auction whispers averaging around $73,000. Yes, $73,000. That's not speculation. That's current. That's real. And here's the most thrilling part. The value is climbing faster than experts expected. Each year, fewer examples appear for sale, and the collector demand only grows stronger. Coin experts believe this Oklahoma beauty is on track to become one of the defining treasures of the modern state quarter era. Its demand curve isn't slowing, it's accelerating. So if you're holding one, you're not just holding a coin. You're holding a piece of American sky, a symbol of freedom and fortune that could keep rising in value like that scissor-tailed bird itself. This is not just a collectible. This is a treasure, and the treasure is growing more valuable by the day. Here's something serious collectors already know. Condition and detail are everything. If you suspect you have one of these special Oklahoma quarters, do not clean it. Don't rub, polish, or handle it with bare fingers. Store it in a protective holder. Use gloves. Have it authenticated by a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC, because once it's certified, the value multiplies. Also, pay attention to the coin's surface. That radiant, mirror-like field and strong frosted contrast are the indicators that you found the rare variety. Remember, what is hidden in your change today could be a life-changing discovery tomorrow. So here's the truth. The 2008 Oklahoma State quarter isn't just a pretty coin. It's a mystical blend of history, art, and luck, struck at a moment when something rare happened inside the U.S. Mint. Each time you see that scissor-tailed flycatcher soaring across the coin's face, remember it might not just be a bird in flight. It could be your opportunity, flying straight into your hands. And the most exciting part? We've only just begun this journey through America's rarest state quarters. Because if you think $73,000 sounds unreal, wait until you see what's coming next. So stay right here on Rare Coin News USA, your home for fresh daily updates on the most extraordinary finds in American numismatic history. Don't blink, don't skip, because the next coin on this list could make everything you've seen so far look like pocket change. Coin number 3, the 2005 Kansas State Quarter, P mint mark, the coin that forgot its name. Every once in a while, a coin comes along that changes everything, not because it was made perfectly, but because it wasn't. And the 2005 Kansas State Quarter with the P mint mark is one of those legendary mistakes that became a miracle. It is known among collectors by a chilling nickname, the Godless Coin. And once you hear its story, you will never look at your pocket change the same way again. The year was 2005, the 34th issue in the iconic U.S. State Quarters Program celebrating Kansas, the Sunflower State. The design was simple yet powerful. A proud American bison standing tall on the plains with the word Kansas above, and the state's motto, E pluribus unum. But something strange happened in the Philadelphia Mint that year, something so subtle yet so monumental that it transformed an ordinary coin into one of the rarest modern treasures in America. A minting mishap, perhaps a bit of grease, a misaligned die, or a brief pressure malfunction, caused the letters "In God We Trust" to be partially or completely missing on some coins. Imagine holding a US coin where the sacred phrase that's been on our currency since the 1800s has vanished. No God, no trust, just silence where history should have been. It wasn't just an error. It was an event, a minting anomaly that made headlines, triggered debates, and created a storm in the numismatic world. The phrase may have disappeared by accident, but its effect was monumental. Collectors went wild, searching every Kansas quarter they could find, hoping to uncover one of these elusive, godless variations. Among the few that survived this mysterious minting era, the most prized of all are those bearing the P mint mark, struck in Philadelphia, with details so crisp and clean that they appear sculpted by fate itself. When you hold one of these coins, you can see the proud bison's fur texture, the faint shimmer of the fields, the graceful font of Kansas, and then you look closer where "In God We Trust" should be, it's gone. Completely. That's when it hits you. You're not just looking at a coin. You're looking at an accident of history, a moment frozen in metal, a slip of the mint's hand that created a legend. Collectors describe the feeling as surreal. You can almost sense the weight of history, a coin that forgot a sacred phrase and in doing so became a holy grail for modern treasure hunters. Out of the millions of Kansas quarters struck, only a whisper-thin fraction bear this anomaly. Many were spent, lost, or damaged before collectors even knew they existed. Today, only a handful in very fine condition have survived, the surfaces sharp, the details strong, and the absence of that iconic motto shockingly clear. When these coins hit auction blocks or collector networks, it is not just a sale, it is an event. Bidding wars erupt. Collectors from across the United States compete to own a piece of minting mythology. Because make no mistake, this isn't a defect. This is destiny. And now, the number that sends chills through every serious collector's spine. A genuine 2005 Kansas State Quarter with the P mint mark, featuring this extraordinary godless variation in very fine condition, has recently been valued around a staggering $82,000 in today's market. $82,000 for a single quarter that was once worth 25 cents. That's not a dream. That's reality. And the reality is the price is climbing. With every passing year, with every lost example, the survivors become more desirable, more mythical, more valuable. The market for this coin is a living fire. Collectors, investors, and historians all chasing the same prize. It's not a coin anymore. It's a treasure, a symbol of rarity, and a proof that even the smallest mistakes can lead to unimaginable fortune. So if you ever find one, even faint traces of that missing phrase, treat it like the miracle it is. Here's your expert tip. Look carefully at every 2005 Kansas quarter with a P mint mark. Under good lighting or magnification, check the top rim of the coin where the motto should appear. If the letters look faint, incomplete, or missing entirely, do not ignore it. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Preserve it immediately, use cotton gloves, store it in a coin capsule, and have it authenticated. Because once it is certified, You are not just verifying a coin, you are locking in a treasure. And remember, the US Mint will never recreate this mistake. It's a one-time fluke in history. That's what makes it priceless. So next time you are flipping through your spare change and you spot that Kansas bison staring back at you, take a closer look. That missing phrase might not just be a printing flaw, it could be your gateway to fortune. The 2005 Kansas P State Quarter is living proof that in the world of rare coins, even imperfection can be perfection. Because sometimes what is missing makes all the difference. And that's why we at Rare Coin News USA are here every single day, bringing you fresh, thrilling updates about the treasures still hiding in America's pocket change. Stay tuned, because the next coin on our list will make even this Kansas legend look like just the beginning of something far bigger. Coin number 4, the 2001 Kentucky State Quarter D Mint Mark, the hidden fortress of fortune. Sometimes history hides its riches in plain sight. And in the case of the 2001 Kentucky State Quarter with the D Mint Mark, what looks like an ordinary tribute to America's heartland may actually be a fortress of hidden value, a coin so rare and so captivating it has collectors calling it the horseman's secret. Let's go back in time to 1992, when Kentucky became the 15th state of the Union. It was a time of pioneers, tobacco farms, and rolling bluegrass hills. Centuries later, in 2001, the U.S. Mint immortalized that legacy with a breathtaking design. A proud thoroughbred horse standing behind a wooden fence, the grand Federal Hill Mansion in the distance, a symbol of Kentucky's deep history, music, and Southern grace. It was one of the final entries in the first wave of the 50 State Quarters program, and at first, it seemed like just another collectible. But what collectors didn't realize was that within that design, a quiet anomaly was waiting to make this coin legendary. The Kentucky Quarter was struck in both Philadelphia and Denver, but something strange began to emerge from the Denver Mint, coins that looked subtly different. Under normal lighting, most appeared ordinary, but a select few, minted with just the right combination of die wear, plancher pressure, and striking temperature, carried an almost silvery aura, with fine speckling across the fields and enhanced detailing along the horse's mane and fence rails. Collectors soon realized that these coins had a unique frosted mirror, contrast rarely seen in standard circulation pieces. It wasn't an intentional proof, it was an accident of perfection. But the true twist came when experts discovered that this phenomenon existed almost exclusively on Kentucky quarters with the D Mint Mark, coins born in Denver, quietly holding their secret brilliance while the rest faded into ordinary circulation. At first, this variant flew under the radar. But once word spread across collector forums and grading services, the rush began. People started rechecking their collections, their change jars, even their childhood piggy banks, all hunting for that elusive shine, that mysterious Denver detail. The deeper experts looked, the rarer it became. Most of these special Kentucky quarters were released into circulation without anyone realizing what they were. Many were scratched, worn, or lost. But a few, only a handful, survived in fine condition, with that striking visual depth intact. And that's when their value began to soar like a thoroughbred breaking from the gate. Collectors now rank the 2001 with D Kentucky Quarter among the most sought-after modern mint rarities, not just for its beauty, but for its story. Each surviving piece represents a perfect storm of craftsmanship and chance, a coin that captured light and history in the same breath. The Denver's mint mark makes it even more desirable, as these versions are significantly scarcer in fine or uncirculated grades. Auction houses report that each time a certified example appears, bids skyrocket within seconds because no one knows when another will surface. It's not just a coin anymore. It's a legend. And here's where this quiet Kentucky classic takes center stage in today's booming coin market. A verified 2001 Kentucky State Quarter with the D mint mark in fine condition has recently been valued at an astonishing $65,000. Yes, $65,000. That's the kind of figure that turns heads, drops jaws, and transforms collectors into believers. And listen, this isn't a fading trend. This coin's value is rising every month, driven by growing demand and shrinking supply. It's not fantasy, it's fact. The Kentucky D Quarter has proven itself to be a genuine treasure, one that feels less like currency and more like owning a piece of the American dream. Those who hold one aren't just coin owners, they're keepers of a hidden fortune, a symbol of luck and legacy from the heart of the United States. If you're hunting for this elusive treasure, focus on coins minted in Denver. Look for the small d beneath the image. Under natural light or magnification, you will notice the texture difference instantly, sharper edges, slightly frosted surfaces, and that subtle gleam that marks the variant. Always handle with care. Use gloves, avoid direct contact, and store it properly in an airtight holder. A professional grading by PCGS or NGC can officially authenticate its value and possibly turn your find into a financial miracle. Collectors across the United States are still finding these in forgotten coin rolls and estate collections. Yours might be waiting right now, hidden in a box you haven't opened in years. So what does this teach us? That sometimes history rewards those who pay attention. A single 2001 Kentucky quarter, once worth just 25 cents, has become one of the crown jewels of modern American coinage. It's more than metal. It's memory. It's heritage. It's proof that America's story still lives in every coin we touch. And remember, my friends, this is only coin number 4, and the next one, the final coin on this list, will take the idea of rare to an entirely new level. So stay tuned right here on Rare Coin News USA, where we bring you fresh updates every single day, uncovering the secrets, treasures, and unbelievable true stories behind America's rarest coins. Coin number 5, the 2002 Mississippi State Quarter D mint mark, the Emerald Secret of the South. And now, we've reached the final coin on our list. A coin that hides beauty, mystery, and fortune all in one. A coin that experts call the Emerald Secret. It's the 2002 Mississippi State Quarter, minted in Denver, celebrating a state known for its soul, its strength, and its song. But somewhere deep within this piece of American history, something happened, something no one expected, something that would make this coin one of the most coveted treasures in modern US. Minting. The year was 2002, and the US. Mint was honoring Mississippi, the 20th state of the Union, a land of magnolias, riverboats, and deep southern charm. The design chosen for this quarter was elegant and serene. 2 blossoming magnolias representing beauty and hospitality surrounding the word Mississippi in graceful script. It was meant to symbolize peace and pride. But not all coins struck that year turned out the same. Soon after the year 2002, with D quarters were released, collectors and sharp-eyed hobbyists began noticing something unusual. Some coins displayed tiny greenish dots scattered delicately across the surface, like drops of dew caught in metal. At first, people thought it was corrosion or toning. But the truth? Something far more fascinating. Experts later discovered these green dots were caused by a chemical microreaction in the nickel-copper alloy, a freak interaction between the mint's cleaning compound and the coin's surface. It was a perfect storm. Specific temperature, air humidity, and alloy mix, conditions that likely lasted for only a few hours during the Denver Mint's 2002 production run. That means only a microscopic fraction of these coins ever developed that green speckled pattern, and almost none of them survived in fine condition. The result? A coin with a living, breathing character, its surface kissed with a faint green shimmer, its metallic bloom unique to each piece. Unlike standard minting errors, the Mississippi Green Dot quarters are environmental anomalies truly one of a kind. Every surviving example carries its own fingerprint. No two are identical. That's why collectors treat these as art pieces as much as currency. The Denver Mint mark makes them even rarer, as most of these variants were struck there and then quickly disappeared into circulation before anyone noticed. Coin dealers across the country report they've seen only a handful over the last decade, and those few were snapped up instantly by private collectors and investment buyers. When you think about how many millions of Mississippi quarters were minted and how few of these exist today, it's almost mind-bending. You could search through thousands of coins and never see one. But if you do, it's like discovering a four-leaf clover made of silver. And now, here comes the part that gives chills to every coin enthusiast watching right now. A 2002 Mississippi State quarter with the letter D mint mark, showing the distinct green dot pattern in fine condition, is currently valued at around $93,000 in today's market. Yes, $93,000. That's not rumor. That's real. The coin world has placed this gem among the crown jewels of the state quarter era. And what's even more thrilling, its value is rising week by week. Collectors are calling it the next great investment coin. Experts predict that within the next few years, this coin's value could double because so few are left to be found. This isn't fiction. This is treasure. If you're lucky enough to hold one, you're holding history. You are holding fortune. If you ever come across a 2002 with a D Mississippi quarter, study it under natural light. Tilt it gently, you might catch the faint shimmer of those mysterious green dots. That subtle sheen is your clue to greatness. Keep it untouched. Never clean it. Those spots are what make it extraordinary. Protect it with gloves, store it in a sealed holder, and have it graded professionally. Even a slightly worn example could become a life-altering discovery. Remember, coins like this are more than collectibles. They're survivors. Each one tells the story of the American South, science, and chance all colliding in one frozen moment of minting magic. So here it is, the 2002 Mississippi State Quarter D Mint Mark, the final chapter of our journey through the top 5 ultra-rare state quarters of today's market. From the palmetto of South Carolina to the magnolias of Mississippi, these coins remind us that treasure doesn't always sparkle. Sometimes it jingles softly in your pocket, waiting for you to notice. Maybe your fortune isn't in gold or diamonds. Maybe it's been sitting in your change jar all along, waiting for you to see the miracle in the metal. And the best part, tomorrow's treasure might be minted today. If you felt that rush, that spark of discovery, then hit that like button, because that tells YouTube this is a story worth spreading. Subscribe right now to Rare Coin News USA, because we are bringing fresh updates every single day, uncovering hidden riches, new discoveries, and shocking coin finds across America. And remember, your next trip to the grocery store, your next handful of change, it could hide the coin that changes your life forever. Because here at Rare Coin News USA, every coin has a story, and the next one we uncover might just be yours.